if you take your money and you deploy it into a really good operator like myself, we're able to take that money and bridge the gap between your money and my deal and combine both those together and able to buy real estate without you having to do all the know-how, negotiations, and the day-to-day work. We're doing all that with my team. So we're taking care of all that for 30% ownership in the deal. So partnering with individuals is my absolute number one focus from a scalability standpoint. Because even if I had, let's say, $5 million liquid right now, or $10 million liquid, or $20 million, like your money will only take you so far, right? Eventually I'm gonna be tapped out. So I partner with individuals who have lazy capital and they're able to deploy it in my deals and have all the same ownership benefits of owning real estate and continue to focus on either their 9 to 5 or their business that they own. They don't have to focus on the real estate portion. They're able to just to deploy their capital and get a return. So that's the really cool part, and that's one of my main focuses right now is partner with capital partners. So if you're a capital partner and you want to deploy in one of my multifamily deals, my RV parks, mainly I'm focused on outdoor hospitality, which is RV parks. If you want to deploy your capital in my deal, shoot me a DM at The Real Javier Paredes, send me the word capital, and we'll schedule a call, see if we're a good fit, we're working each other. I have a lot of opportunities that are coming to the table. And whether you want to invest in the deals that I have on the table right now, if you feel like they're a good fit for you and your investment or your risk tolerance for investments, then that's fine. If not, no big deal. We will have more deals coming to the table in the next several months. And I'm not going anywhere. I've been in the game for 10 years. So we will partner with you today or we'll partner with you in the future. So don't feel like you need to buy or get into one of the deals that I'm doing as a limited partner. So right now, that's the main focus from a scalability standpoint is getting capital into my deals from people who have lazy capital that want to be in real estate, but just don't have the skill set, the know-how, and have the time.
Okay. So let's talk a little bit more partnerships. How do you handle conflict or disagreements in partnerships? Like, what is some advice that you would say that would be like, okay, like sometimes you just gotta like stand on your ground, but in a respectful, professional manner, so it doesn't feel like, okay, you're being an asshole about it.
Yeah. So I'll tell you my experience about partnerships and what I do to mitigate having a bad partnerships. And I've had many partnerships in the years I've been in business for myself. I've been in business for myself for 10 years. And I always tell people, the most important thing you can do before you get in a partnership with someone, make sure you guys are in the dating phase, right? See how you work with each other. See if that person's doing what they say they're gonna do, right? And what you could do is, what I always tell people, before you get married with that individual, date them for a while. And when I say a while, 6 months, a year, before you get in this intimate business partnership. That way you know when you do get in that intimate business partnership, it's very sticky. But here's the challenge. The challenge is you can do all this filtering and all these ways of mitigating the risk of you losing that great partner that you're trying to cultivate. And then all of a sudden, 5, 6, 7, 10 years, things change with that individual or you. And that could absolutely jeopardize the partnership. Because even though you did all the filtering and you did all the qualifications and you felt like this is the best partnership, and maybe it was the best partnership for the last 4 or 5 years. And I've been in partnerships where they were fantastic for 4 or 5 years, and then all of a sudden things changed, right? That partner that was on the same railroad track as me was now on a different railroad track, right? And so we don't see eye to eye to things, and that's okay, because partners and partnerships will have a natural progression, right? And they might go off and start doing other things, or they might have interest in doing some other things. So what I would say is, number one, you need to date that person before you get married to that individual. That's number one. Number two is, if the partnership does go south in any shape or form. I always tell people, don't burn bridges. You don't have to say you hate the person or that this person sucks or whatever. Try your best to figure out how you can make it a win-win for that individual, in the sense of maybe you buy them out, right, of the company, where they're no longer a partner and they exit for a certain, percent or money or whatever it is, or maybe they become a silent partner, right, and they don't have voting rights. There's so many different ways you can manipulate that partnership to make it where that person feels comfortable exiting, right? Because most of the time they're going to say, okay, well, I'm okay with selling my equity position in the company or my share, whatever it is, but what does that look like for me? So it's coming to terms. I would say if it's a bad partnership, you feel like it's a bad partnership, or you feel like that partner wants to exit and go separate directions, that's okay. What I would say is try to figure out quick as possible a resolution, but make sure that you guys are communicating. The challenge is most business partnerships don't communicate, and that communication hinders the partnership as well. So have open communication. It's okay that you have a different outlook on where you want to go, right? And not like, maybe you don't want to do real estate anymore. Maybe you want to go into tech or world or start another business with another partner. That's okay. As us humans, the best thing about us is we got to continue to evolve. See what I'm saying? So out of all the partnerships I've had, I would say my biggest mistake was going into partnerships too quick, not actually qualifying, not actually doing any filtering, just getting married and not dating, getting in way too quick. There has to be some sort of filter. You guys need to collaborate, communicate, make sure you date, and make sure that you guys have the same morals and beliefs and visions for what you guys want, the empire that you guys want to cultivate. Moving too fast kills a partnership very quickly. So, but yeah, so going back, I always say you can do all the filtering, you can mitigate as much as you want, but you could still have a bad partner 5, 6, 7, 10 years from now. And if you see that you're starting to have a partnership dwindle down, make sure you try to get that individual to exit, or you exit quick as possible. Or maybe they just become a silent partner in the business now versus not an actual partner, decision maker in the business. How can you make it a win-win for both parties is my thing. And just communicate that. It's